Hi everybody, it's Marty Milner talking to you about real estate in Bucks County. I'm in Yardley, Pennsylvania, and today I wanted to tell you a story about why I think it's very important and why my preference is that when you're looking for mortgages and settling on a mortgage company, that you should use a local real estate broker or at the very least a local bank as opposed to some big national organization or online mortgage provider. And here's the story. I had a client yesterday that sold a house in North Jersey, was settling on the house in North Jersey on Thursday, and then buying a house in our area in Bucks County on Friday. This was absolutely a no-brainer transaction. The buyers were and are extremely credit-worthy, credit scores, 800. The house was not terribly expensive, happened to be in an age-restricted community. Not that that is relevant to the story, but they're putting down, I guess about 35%. They're great. They're great clients. So they sold their house, went to settlement Thursday, and the proceeds were on Thursday wired to our title company for the Friday settlement. The mortgage company providing their loan for the purchase in Bucks County, at this point I won't name them, but they're a large national, very well-known bank. And the buyer had a relationship with them previously, so they decided to stick with them for the mortgage on this house. It's really a pretty unbelievable story. Their house in North Jersey settled as it was supposed to. The provision on behalf of this national bank was that they fax over the HUD, the settlement statement, they'd get everything ready, fund the loan, do everything they needed to do so we could settle on Friday. Friday morning, the title company had no mortgage documents from the bank, so we started. The title company started communicating with them by email, as well as trying to reach somebody by phone. It was impossible to reach anybody by phone because you get nothing but voicemail. The contact was actually in Florida, and just would not take anyone's calls. We just kept getting voicemail. Apparently, the settlement statement, as per their provision, was faxed and emailed from settlement on Thursday twice by the attorney representing the my buyer, who is the seller of that transaction. The contact by mortgage contact by email said they never got it. We sent them everything on Friday morning. Still at this point, the settlement was originally scheduled for 9. Since we had no mortgage documents, we knew that wasn't going to happen, so we pushed it back to 11. And shortly before the 11 o'clock settlement, this mortgage contact emailed us and said he was going to need more time, so we pushed the settlement back till 3. Basically, when a client is selling one house, buying another house, the mortgage company for the house they're buying, often provide all the documents to the title company, and they'll make a condition of the loan receiving the settlement statement from the sale of the buyer's previous house. In this case, this national bank would apparently do absolutely nothing until they had the executed HUD, which again we sent them now about 4 times. About I guess 2:30, we got another email saying that they were trying to get mortgage documents out, but having system problems, and they were still attempting to get papers. So we pushed the settlement back another hour. And I guess about 4:15. Again, keep in mind we had no funding at this point. It became pretty clear that we weren't going to settle. But at any rate, the mortgage company started sending documents. The title person for a title company was happy that apparently we were getting mortgage documents, except that the only thing they sent was the mortgage. They didn't send the note. So if you're familiar with the process at all, you know that when you buy a house, there's a mortgage as well as a note, and you certainly can't do anything without both, as well as other necessary documents. It's now about 4:30. Buyer, seller, all sitting in a room wondering, what's gonna happen. When we started investigating and actually reading the documents further, it became clear that this national mortgage company didn't understand that Pennsylvania custom was that when the loan actually settles, it has to be funded. I actually had this issue once, years ago with an online lender. There are some states, I think California is one of them, whereby, you can conceivably settle and then the loan gets funded, several days later. Well, apparently this bank was under the impression, despite having had this loan in process for the better part of 2 months, that was the case here. So again, at 4:45, it became more obvious that they had absolutely no idea what was going on, and that obviously we were not settling. So again, this is kind of a long-winded way, of encouraging you. If you're looking for a mortgage, use a local mortgage broker. At least there's a contact. You're going to have somebody that, is in the community on an ongoing daily basis. They're going to act as your advocate. You're not, if it's a good company, you're not going to get a runaround. I'll provide you an update, hopefully early next week. We expect, that we'll get the closing hopefully Monday, maybe Tuesday. But again, it's just an unbelievable story. Put both buyers and sellers through tremendous amount of unnecessary stress, because this was a really straightforward, very simple transaction. If they can't make this happen, I don't know what kind of transaction they could make happen. So again, just my thoughts. Use a local mortgage broker and reduce your stress in these in transactions. In buying real estate in Bucks County. If you need me for anything, I'm with Coldwell Banker Hartside. You can reach me at 215-519-1399, and have a great day.